Hey everyone, welcome back to my homeschool video series that I'm doing. And today we are going to have some real talk because it is the end of June and I am struggling, y'all. This week has been rough, and I think part of that is because we're still in a pandemic. And even though things are starting to open back up, it is a risk and it's terrifying every time we leave the house because it's not like the case number is dropping of COVID-19. It's just that we've all collectively decided if we stay in our house any longer, we're going to murder each other. So this is a lot of stress, plus the fact that we are living in a new area where we don't know very many people because right after we moved here, a pandemic struck and we've been in lockdown for months. And we have been away from our friends and family for almost a year now, and I feel like just everything is coming together into this giant ball of stress. And my kids are, especially my oldest, is on the cusp of preteenness. So my oldest is starting to go into puberty and we're starting to butt heads more. My youngest is getting sassy and resentful, and they both they're getting to the point where they hate me and they hate each other and everyone hates everyone, and it's just so much stress right now. So I'm gonna be real, not much homeschool has been getting done. Oh my god. One aspect of homeschool that I absolutely struggle with is I'm an extreme introvert. And right now I'm spending every second of every day and night surrounded by people. And I'm struggling. But it's okay. It's okay. Over the last week, we have had two of our friends book flights to come visit us this summer, and we have booked a flight to go back to Oregon to visit our family and friends. So I'm hoping that these interactions will help, and we're into phase 2 now of reopening, and the girls have been spending a lot of time playing with the neighbor kids. So hopefully we can all just kind of recharge our batteries a little bit. Yeah. Homeschool is hard. And I had just started to form a network of other homeschool moms. I was just starting to do that. We found a group we liked, and then the lockdown pandemic situation happened. So we have not been able to meet up with them since February. It's the end of June. Anyways, I'm quickly going to go through some of the things we did this week and what I hope to do next week. So we did a few projects this week. I'll put in some clips here somewhere. Basically what we did was we attempted to make long houses out of marshmallows and pretzels. And we made blanket forts in the backyard and climbed trees, basically like pretending we lived, out in the wilds or whatever.
Dude. Okay, I've got these stuck together. Maybe I'll put these. I like this.
Good job. We only finished 2 books last week, And those were the Bill of Rights and the Constitution, both by Norman Pearl, illustrated by Matthew Skeens. And I liked these. I really thought that they helped with our conversation that we were having about amendments and Bill of Rights. And it led us down a rabbit hole. We watched a bunch of videos, and that was like a whole day kind of piggybacking off of a conversation that we had the week before. So that was nice. We've continued to read Let It Shine, Stories of Black Women Freedom Fighters by Andrea Davis Pickney, illustrated by Stephen Alcorn, and I love this, but we are taking it one story every day or two because I don't want these women's stories to blend together. I want them to stand as a single unit, one woman's story from birth to death, and these are very powerful stories. We're only about halfway through this. I just renewed it from the library, so we have time to slowly work our way through the rest of it. And then we are still working on The Penultimate Peril by Lemony Snicket, number 12 in the series of Unfortunate Events. All right, we've also been working slowly through Children of the Longhouse by Joseph Burkak, and we're actually struggling with this one. This one is slower, and it's not really holding our attention. So I think we're going to put this one down and move on to something else. We've been doing a lot of journaling, a lot of gratitude journaling, a lot of talking about our feelings, watching videos. I found this great channel that was recommended by the Vlog Brothers, who do the Crash Course History videos. And this is, I'm trying to remember how to pronounce it. It's a German word. Kurzgesagt. And trying to get no glare. There we go. Kurzgesagt. And these videos are gorgeous. I will link their channel down below. It's amazing. And we've watched the dissatisfaction video, we've watched the loneliness video, and these are absolutely fantastic for sparking conversations and for giving the tools, well, first giving the language to describe the feelings, and then explaining that everyone feels this way, and giving tools for how to, kind of manage your feelings. So this has been absolutely fantastic. But the kids have mentioned that they are a little disappointed that we have been spending more time on things like the journaling and stories of African American women and watching civil rights things and watching the news, and they feel like things are distracting us from what we were supposed to be doing this summer, which was the Pioneer Little House on the Prairie stuff. So I took the entire series, the Little House series, off of my lesson plan because it was just too racist, and I didn't think it added enough to be beneficial in any way. And that sort of left a huge gap in my lesson plan, and I realized that I was just naturally trying to fill it with other things that were relevant at the time. But for the kids, it was a lot more stress. We were talking about a lot more heavy topics, a lot more stressful, anxiety-producing topics, and this was really starting to show in their behavior and attitudes. And so I think what we're going to do next week is we are going to take a very easy week and slowly work through some picture books and a very light chapter book. So we're going to read Dandelions, written by Eve Bunting, illustrated by Greg Shedd. We're going to read When I Was Young in the Mountains by Cynthia Rylant, illustrated by Diane Good. We're going to start You Wouldn't Want to Be an American Pioneer written by Jacqueline Morley, illustrated by David Antrim. And we are going to start The Courage of Sarah Noble by Alice Dalgleish. And this is a story, I've never read it, but I am under the impression that this is a pioneer family who lives in a log cabin, and the parents are trying to get their daughter to be brave and have courage. I don't know why, but it's supposed to be inspiring, so hopefully we enjoy that. Other than that, I am planning on having them play with the neighbor kids and getting outside. It's really difficult because we can't really go on field trips or get out of the house much, but we are all going crazy, so we need to figure out something. But hopefully we can have a more relaxing week, have a lot more free time to kind of do our own thing and recharge our batteries. So I think we all need that. That is my hope for this next week. So here's to hoping next week goes better than this week.